Hey guys, this is Sindragon here. I originally had a intro to the Shadow of the Storm quest, but in encoding the file to a different one so I could put it in my video editing software, it accidentally overwrote the intro to the quest. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to insert this here, and we actually start on our way to Uzer. Thanks guys. This is another quick recording. We are going to head to the Ruins of Uzer. I will see you when we get there. Now, once we've arrived in Uzer, one of the most important parts of this quest is to make sure that you talk to Father Baden, and make sure you also go through all of the options or you will not be able to continue through this quest. So let's go ahead and talk to him, see what he has to say. Of course, he asks us what brings us to this godforsaken desert, and of course you tell him that Father Reen sent you. Tell me more about Agrithnar. Tell me more about Danoth. What I'm noticing here is it seems that most places in RuneScape are always all about some ancient cult. Now let's ask him why he's come to Uzer. And it's okay if you choose an option once or more twice, because you just need to make sure you go through all the options. And then you ask him what he wants you to do. And of course we are always the protagonist in any of them. So you ask him how you can do that. And he'll tell you you'll have to find some way to convince them. Okay, so now what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to enter down this dungeon. And we're going to find Evil Dave, which is at the entrance to the Demon's Lair, which is right up here. And of course, when you talk to him, you will ask him, of course, that you want to go through the portal. And he said, this is our portal now. So what you want to do, talk to him once again, and ask him to join the group. And he says, we do need one more person, but we're an evil group. So you have to prove that you're evil. Say, I'm evil, because every character in RuneScape is evil, right? And he'll notice that you have the Silverlight in your inventory. Make sure you have this in your inventory before you come here. Now, what we'll want to do, make sure we're wearing 3 pieces of black clothing, and then you'll also need to dye your Silverlight to a dark light. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to go find one of the fungi. The one that I know off of the top of my head is right over here. So what you want to do is pick the black mushrooms, use them with your pestle and mortar, and you'll get black mushroom ink. Next, what we're going to do, you're going to choose the black mushroom ink with the Silverlight, and now you get the dark light. Go ahead and wield the dark light and go back and talk to Evil Dave. Now ask him to join the group again. And then he'll say, yeah, I can totally see that. And he loves the evil black sword, even though it's just the holy Silverlight dyed black, which he does not understand. And next, we will be brought to a cutscene, and he will escort you into the demonic throne room. Let's watch. And then during this cutscene, he's going to tell you what incantation that you need to use to summon Agrithnar since Joseph left. You can go through all of the options, then just ask him, why did Joseph run away? And you can say, isn't, this wrong? Right and wrong are for the weak, so he says. Go through all the options. He'll tell you about different things about the demon and what's going on here, and then ask him what you have to do. And I have noticed that sometimes these incantations can be different for each person, so make sure you take this down any way you can by either taking a picture on your smartphone or just taking a quick screenshot, because you will need this later on in the quest. And you have to make a demonic sigil in order to focus the power, and he will tell you to be on your way. So what we're going to do now, we're going to talk to Jennifer. Let's see where she's at. She is right over here. She'll be wandering around this general area. So what you're going to do, you're going to talk to Jennifer, and you're going to ask her if she has the demonic sigil mold. And so she just gives it to you, plain and simple, and there it is. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to go to a furnace, so that way we can make the demonic sigil with your silver bar. I am going to continue the recording once I get back to Al-Kharid and get to the furnace. Okay, once we get back to Al-Kharid, we will go ahead and use the furnace to the north of the bank to make the demonic sigil, which I already do have here. So now for this part of the quest, all you're going to do is once you make this, you will go back to the demon's lair and you'll speak to Matthew. For the rest of this quest, you do not need the black equipment, so you can go ahead and switch to your equipment for the demon boss fight that is coming up. I am just using some basic dragon equipment. You can use whatever equipment you like, but if you're pure, make sure you have the prayer points or the efficient food that you will need. He is a level 100 demon, so make sure you're optimally prepared. And I will continue the recording once I get back to the demon lair. Okay, once we're back in the demon lair, what we're going to do, we're going to talk to Matthew, and he'll ask you if you are Joseph's replacement. And then you can say, yes, I suppose I am. And then he'll tell you basically about how the leader basically doesn't value them at all. You learn the secrets of demonic magic, and they've just memorized one incantation. And then you'll ask him what actually happened to Joseph. And he will actually tell you what exactly happened. And he'll ask that once you joined him, they were told that they're going to learn all the secrets, but it ended up being not so great. So him and Joseph actually wanted to know more, and basically when it comes to this, Joseph was the whole curiosity killed the cat. And he'll also say that Joseph happened to hide the book that they were talking about. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and go out of the demon portal, and what we're going to do, we're going to go talk to the golem and see what the golem has to say. This quest is one of the few shorter ones compared to, say, Shades of Morton, which requires you to actually do a minigame to do, and if there's nobody in the world, it's not so easy. So now, let's go ahead and talk to the golem and see what the golem has to say. And you'll ask him if he knows anything about the dark wizards who decided to invade the ruins. He will tell you basically that he felt a sense of darkness, and then what you're going to do, you're going to search all the kilns, even the one that's north of the magic carpet. I actually lost my train of thought there. So let's take a look at the kilns, shall we? Okay. So while searching the kilns, I do believe that this is different for every player. I can't say that guaranteed 100%, but just keep searching all of the kilns until you find it, especially the one that's north of the rug merchant, because sometimes it could be in here. And it looks like it's only just fragments, so let's try to find another one real quick, shall we? It actually looks like the book that I was looking for was right behind the ruins after all. So, and it looks like I am out of water skins, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and take a look at the book and see what it has to say. Blah blah blah, the Confession of Elamar. I doubt anyone actually reads these. If they do, then they are more about story than I am. Okay, so once we read the book, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to Deneth, and this time we are going to start the incantation. So let's go, shall we? Gotta eat a piece of food. And this is what happens when you forget to bring your water skins. Don't forget to do that. Also, what I suggest, since there will be a lot of running in this quest, I do suggest bringing super energy potions. They are a huge help when it comes to certain quests and you don't have a super high agility level. So let's go talk to Dennis, shall we? He'll ask you to leave him alone since he's preparing for it. So let's see what we have to do next. So what we're actually going to do, I apologize, we are going to talk to Matthew first. So let's see if we can find Matthew then. He seems to be hidden pretty well.
There he is, let's go talk to him. And you will tell him about the book that you found.
And then you will basically explain to Matthew that you are not actually there to join them. You are actually there to help destroy the demon. So, and then he will call you over for the incantation. So let's start the ritual here. This is where you will need that screenshot or the incantation that you took down earlier. So, what you're going to want to do, go ahead and get that out. And let's take care of this incantation and the demon, shall we? So my incantation actually started with this right here.
And they'll all chant in unison, then the demon's name. Then this one right here. And finally that.
And this will complete the incantation. And you see Dennis will go into another portal, and he'll actually come out as the demon. Let's watch. Oh no! And it actually turns out the portal will close, and Evil Dave will try to get out of there as fast as they can. And now we have to get them to come back. So the first thing what we're going to do is go ahead and pick up this demonic sigil. And then all of them will run away. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to chase after them through the portal because you will need to get them back. And this is where you'll see Tanya being killed by ghosts. That's very unfortunate. So now, what we're going to want to do, we're going to follow where they ran, and you're going to talk to Evil Dave. And tell him that he needs to get back to the throne room. And you'll see him walk back to the throne room. Alright, it looks like Eric was actually killed by falling stones, and I was actually just hit by falling stones as well. So, what we're going to want to do now, we'll want to go ahead and exit this dungeon, and we'll talk to Father Baden and Father Reen, since they will both be up here. And it also looks like there is a sandstorm going on. So let's go ahead and talk to them. And you ask them that they've got to help unsummon the demon. And you tell him, but everyone will die. And then you'll tell him not to be so simple-minded, and he will agree to help you. Now what you're going to want to do, you're going to go talk to Father Baden next.
And of course I don't have anyone.
Okay, so now what we're going to want to do, and then we will talk to the clay golem as well.
Maybe just after this reprogram you again. And tell him that you really, really need. And then you ask them why is it forbidden.
So now what we're going to want to do, we're going to go back into the dungeon. We are actually going to eat some food. We are going to grab another strange implement. And I'll begin recording once I do this. Okay, once you have the strange implement, go back and use it on the golem again, and what you're going to end up doing is taking the scroll out about the demons. Then you're going to talk to him again, and then he'll agree to help you and go down into the dungeon. So now what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to go back into the demon's lair. And what we're going to do, we're going to talk to Matthew to get everyone to stand in the circle, so that way we can unsummon the demon that's coming through. So let's go save RuneScape again. And there's the guy we need to talk to. And then tell him you have everyone, and then we'll say, here we go. And then now what they're going to do, they're going to have everyone stand in a circle. And what you're going to want to do, you're going to stand here. Once we pull up the incantation, make sure we do the same exact one that we did before, except this time we're going to do it backwards. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the end. And then next we're going to continue doing it, and this time we're going to do it backwards to unsummon the demon. This will actually bring him in here, and what we're going to do, this demon uses both melee and magic. So since I'm wearing melee armor, I'm actually going to want to pray against magic. He will still use both, but primarily use the one that you are not protected against. So let's go ahead and take him down. And make sure that the last hit is with the dark light. So I could understand at a little bit of a lower level this could be a little bit tough. And make sure you use the silver light, the black silver light, as the final hit. And it will kill the demon, and after we do this quest, we will actually obtain the dark light, which will be fused with the demon's blood. And then when you try to wipe the silver light clean, it will not come clean, so you will end up having the dark light. And what you get to choose a skill to advanced. I am going to actually choose ranged. So you get 10,000 EXP in any of the 4 skills that you choose, whether it be attack, strength, defense, ranged, magic, prayer, or hit points. And you get 1 quest point and the dark light sword. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I just got 49 ranged. I want to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. And also, of course, if you can, give me a like. I know this video is not the best like there could be, but just go ahead and give me some tips, and I, of course, will accept any hate that I get. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and all of you have a great day. Bye.